GM Crypto AI News Analysis here. It is January 5th, and before I get on this video, everything I say in this video are research. They are not buy or sell signals for you to buy any of these tokens. I'm not being paid to talk about any of these tickers. All of them are of my own conviction and of my own research for what I think are going to be the best options within the crypto market and within the next couple months or so. So let's just get on with the price action today. So it's a pretty slow day because it's a Sunday, but let's just look at the Virtuals ecosystem. So Virtuals is pulling back still. It should be bottoming around here, hopefully, I think. I mean, if you just zoom out, it's pretty much just up only, and if it continues to trend as it has been, then there's some probability of perhaps it could come back up, or it could do some sort of sideways consolidation, right? Because if Virtuals were to break the chart and perhaps go even below here, then we could see some more consolidation, and Virtuals have to go sideways a bit, which is fine, but that also means that you shouldn't really expect any insane gains like we've had expected in the last few weeks of Virtuals, because Virtuals has been up only, and nothing can go up only forever. The parabola has to break at some point, and some of that liquidity could probably flow into memes finally. So, which is why I've been saying for the last couple videos, DCA over the 1 to 2 weeks into your favorite meme coins, because those will have a run, because they've been down only forever, and they will probably go up, and perhaps AI can also go up, but we'll see what happens to the Virtuals price action. It's a bit dependent on BTC and Ethereum right now, which are kind of fucking us right now, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm more biased for the majors to consolidate a bit because they've also been up only, so we're probably going to expect some sort of consolidation in Virtuals, but regardless, let's talk about some of the tokens. So Convo, for example, if I were to pull it up, so the infra coins, these are a lot weaker as they are betas to Virtuals. And if we also look at Game also got pretty fucked hard. It's pulling back a lot. And then other tokens we like to talk about, Trust Me Bro. So this one's also pulling back a lot on the day as well, which is to be expected. It's been up only, but it's pretty much a nice pullback across the board, except for, I would say, creator bid tokens. Creator bid tokens are actually holding up pretty well. Like if we got ALOS, it hasn't really pulled back that much. It's holding up extremely well. If you look at DKing, very, very nice. So creator bid tokens are a lot stronger than Virtuals right now. So if you wanted to make bets on the strongest tokens, creator bid looks quite promising. But let's look at the Solana ecosystem. So Solana is also pulling back on the day. So AS16Z also a bit of a pullback, not as deep as Virtuals I would believe, but it's still pretty deep. We'll see if it's going to continue its trend from here, or if it's going to break the chart and then go sideways. We'll see what happens, but pretty much across the board there is a bit of a peak. Okay, I'm just checking these tokens because these are betas to Fartcoin, but I put some money in here for fun. But it seems like they're doing quite well. Like there's this butthole token. It's so stupid, but it's a beta to Fartcoin. It's actually doing better than its main leader, which is quite insane. So my thesis for buying these shit coins, like I'm not advising you buy these. Absolutely, they are such a micro cap. Like I do not recommend it. Like I put in such a meaningless amount of money into this just for fun. I do not recommend it, guys. But basically, you could play some of these dares while the times are a bit steady right now. But overall, bit of a dip on the day. So if you wanted to allocate capital and you were waiting for dips, then you could start DCing the tokens right now, or you could go into meme coins, which I think is the better option. Like if we look at things like Michi, for example, Michi is pulling back a bit, to be expected. Everyone thought, oh my god, it's finally going to do this up only chart. No, as I said, there's going to be some sort of downwards price action. And then even on base chain with the base memes, so KeyCat's my favorite meme, also pulling back a bit. I put a DCI chart here for where I think it's going to go down. I don't think it's going to go much more down, but even things like OKEgg, I'm up at like 50% on this, insane. But also a bit of a pullback. And then there's this dick butt coin. I saw this shit on Twitter. I don't know why this is being sent. Maybe I'm super mid-curve this, but this token is going insane, man. But let's just talk about the Cookie.Fund dashboard. So the market cap overall has decreased. Virtuals is also losing market cap, and so is AS16Z. But Virtuals still remains as the dominant market share. But as we look at the mind share of the tokens, AXVT losing a bit of mind share, but still extremely strong. Fartcoin losing a bit of mind share. Everyone's talking about Fartcoin. We're seeing some things like Henlo, Swarms, and Snai and Zerro, which are coming into the mind share, but pretty much nothing that crazy. Just a tiny bit of a pullback, which is to be expected in AI agents, honestly. I don't think it's a huge cause for concern in the long term, because I am mainly a long-term investor in these things, or I have a bit of a combination between them, but you want to be playing within the microcosms of your short-term, which expands into long-term, if that makes quite any sense. But let's go on to the tweet here. There's not a lot of them because it's a bit of a slow day today on Sunday, but let's go on with this one. You still have time. If you joined crypto in 2021 at this point in the last cycle, you likely wouldn't have even started trading yet. Most of the millionaires I know were still sitting in the 4 to 5 figure range. I was 30,000 in debt. Pancake Swap was still 40 million market cap, 6 billion all-time high. Axie Infinity was 30 million market cap, 10 billion all-time high. Bored Ape Yacht Club didn't launch for another 4 months. OHM didn't launch for another 5 months. Safe Moon didn't launch for another 3 months. SHIB launches this month but has gone 80% drawdown for months until the spring. Hashmask hasn't minted yet to start NFT season. First cyclers have no idea what to expect next. Most second cyclers joined late, so they didn't see the ramp up of the bull season. Only third cyclers know what is about to come. The ones who grunted due to COVID crash in 2020 DeFi summer. Vertical accumulation, escape velocity, extreme euphoria. It's time to change the destiny for your bloodline, Anon. So this guy, he's saying here that in 2021, that was the last bull market where pretty much everything went absolutely insane style, like Pancake Swap. A lot of people got rich off of that, the Axie Infinity. I personally only started crypto earlier in 2024, mid 2024. So I'm pretty new to this, but I did a shit ton of work to this to catch up to the modern days. So I would say that if I were to play in 2021, I would probably also do pretty good here. But these guys are basically saying that everyone has a bit of a bearish sentiment. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so over. We're just so doomed because Bitcoin's just fucking us and all of our coins are down. Like, what the heck is going to go on, right? But you got to realize that expand your time frame. In 2025, the bull market is going to be absolutely insane because of the TGA spend down, which is going to stimulate liquidity in the entire ecosystem of the economy in the US. And when there's more liquidity injected into the economy, then inflation goes up like crazy and the value of the dollar is going to go down. And then people are also going to have a risk on asset higher. Like they're going to be willing to invest in things like Bitcoin, which they believe is such a risky asset, which in reality, it's really not that risky. People align that with volatility, but volatility is good for an upside asset like Bitcoin. But they look at these things and they start investing into crypto, which is why crypto is going to go up in 2025. Liquidity and then the increased risk on from people having more money as the government debt ceiling gets hit and then have to start paying the workers with the TGA money. Well, that's essentially what's going to stimulate it, right? And as a result of that, altcoins are going to get absolutely insane as well. Where altcoins, they are mainly the tokens that you have to find, the little gems that give you the 100x, 300x's towards the end of the bull run, which is why you accumulate them right now. You hold them for a few months and then you're pretty much rich after it. But that's a lot of the work you have to do right now. And you got to realize that right now, it's not over yet. There's probably some bad times right now, but you have to keep grinding, put your head down, find the tokens, find the gems, and position yourself accordingly. And then, of course, there's some short-term plays you can do to stimulate your brain, but you got to realize that we are not even anywhere close to absolute mania within the bull run, right? Because 20% of the time at the end is where 80% of the profits are made. Like even KeyCat, for example, if I were to show KeyCat, like I'm not trying to give price targets on this, but let's say this is equivalent of Pancake Swap. This is 43 million. And this is probably one of the most popular cat memes of all time. And assuming that the meme super cycle is real, then this should be, in theory, worth billions in the later months. I don't know how hard it's going to go, how high. Is it going to 5 billion, 10 billion, only 1 billion? We'll see what's going to happen. In theory, because of there's being more liquidity than 2021 in the crypto markets, because Bitcoin's price can be much higher, then altcoins should also rise higher in the previous, compared to the previous targets. So you could also believe in that. So maybe we won't just get 100x. Maybe it's possible for a 500x. We'll see. I'm not trying to get you guys all head over heels here and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so rich from this. No, keep your emotions in check and just play along with the market here, right? But let's go on with this next tweet here. Where do you fit in on this bull curve? So you got to realize that people in crypto, they have some sort of an IQ sort of thing where, okay, so this is the curve of IQ, where there's a saying where if you're in the lower IQ parts, like 55 to 85, then you will do super fucking well. And then if you're also at the super IQ level, 145 plus, you also do super good. But then if you're in this middle section, you will probably do really bad. And that's what they call mid-curving, because if you invest a token, you're like, oh, this is stupid. Like Fartcoin, for example, the average normal person, they'll look at Fartcoin and be like, oh, this is retarded. I'm not buying this. But then they see it do 100x the next day and they're like, okay, what the fuck? Well, people, the retards here, they'll probably look at Fartcoin and be like, oh, well, that's pretty funny, Fartcoin. Like sometimes you have to lower your IQ for these things. They buy into the Fartcoin and the next day they're rich because they bought a Fartcoin. And imagine they go to their parents and they're like, guys, I just got rich from Fartcoin. They're like, what? And imagine also even the people up here. So the super high IQ people are those who are investing into the AI agents, doing all the research, finding the best projects. projects, and they're able to understand AI much better than the average person, right? Average person can't even comprehend how ChatGPT works. Well, these guys at the top, they're going to able to front run all the other people, find the tokens that are going to do the best into the AI meta, and you could also do well if you're here. But if you're in the normie curve, it's a bit hard. You're always going to be second guessing yourself. You're always going to be not aping the smart thing. You're not smart enough to talk about the super AI stuff, but you're also not stupid enough to buy into the super retarded shit like Fartcoin. But obviously, you can't really be in here because you want to actually just turn off your brain sometimes and also go super IQ mode. That's probably the best way. You don't want to be in this mid curve. And as you can see here, the smug heaven, this is also pretty good as well. I would personally put myself in here. I don't think I'm like retard, but I don't think I'm super that smart. And I'm definitely not this depresso mode. I would definitely put myself in here. But even if in here, it's a bit challenging because even my brain isn't as insane as one of my friends should be, like 200 IQ people, but I'm also not a retard enough to do this. I mean, sometimes I'm able to actually go retard mode like this, so I actually have that superpower, but you got to realize where are you on this bull curve and play to your strengths and weaknesses accordingly. And you can also just analyze the situation, find when you should be retard, find when you should invest into projects and actually higher your IQ so you can find the best opportunities. But you got to analyze your situations, what I'm saying here. But let's look at this one here. So I've missed a lot of profits in AI because I thought the tech was a LARP, and it probably is a LARP, but the degen market doesn't seem to care. So again, this is tying into the degen bull curve, where you got to realize that some people, when they go into crypto, there's the retards and then there's the super smart people. And this guy here, he's fading a lot of projects in AI because he thinks they're just stupid. They're just LARP. Like he's super IQ in comparison to the projects here. Maybe some stupid project where maybe this AI agent is going to, I don't know, man, it's going to maybe the roast master or something. Like they're just doing stupid shit and they're like, okay, this is retarded. Why would anyone buy this, right? But then you got to realize that in a bull market, they even send trash, not even just the good stuff, but even the trash gets sent. And if you are in the curve that you can invest in the trash and front run other people, then you'll be rewarded quite heavily, right? But the degen market, as he said, doesn't seem to care. You got to also realize in crypto, there's two sides, the smart people and then dumb people. And either way you are in, you're going to make money. And if you're in the mid curve, it's going to be a lot more challenging for you. So you got to understand both sides of the spectrums here. But look at this next tweet. Take away 25% of people have lost money, 60% of people claim to have nominal wins, 5% of people have won big. The winners total feels high, but not all that surprising given it's a secondary pairing and the base token is skyrocketed. So he's giving a statistic about virtuals ecosystem. So I did this poll as well, but poll time, how much money have you made or lost on virtuals? I am in this 1 to 100,000 range here. I'm not like a super whale, as you guys maybe might think, but look at this, where some people are losing money, but the most important thing is that most people are making money on virtuals in comparison to losing money. If this was like on a Solana sort of deal, like a Solana poll, how much money have you made on pump fund? It'll probably like 90% lost money, and then the power curve, the Pareto chart is going to go like 10% here, and then 1% here, and then 0% here. That's usually what's going to happen in like a Solana. But in PvE environments on virtuals, like how it's been the last few months, statistics like these make you realize that everyone's making money in these environments, and you want to position yourself in PvE because that's the easiest place to make money, right? In comparison to PvP on like Solana. But it depends on your style, because you can excel in Solana, but probably you're not that great in base. Like you got to play to your strengths, right? But let's look at this last tweet. Low liquidity Sunday, BTC isn't moving, people panic selling on motion after things already down support levels. Classic. So yeah, crypto Twitter is probably one of the most emotional sentiments of all time, where the moment they see Bitcoin drop like 2%, they're like, oh my gosh, it's over, send it to zero, we're so done. But then the moment Bitcoin like rises like 5%, they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to the moon, let's fucking go, right? But you have to control your emotions. You got to realize that crypto, it's always going to be volatile like this, and if you're not willing to control yourself and control your actions, control your emotions, so that you don't capitulate at the bottom and that you also don't top last at the top. You have to control your situation here and not panic sell, panic buy, all this shit. No, there's time to play in the markets. Of course, you have to think super fast about it, but the actions that you make, it's a lot better to be slower in crypto instead of doing super fast shit all the time. I mean, super fast is good for like maybe playing pump one, but for any other conviction project, it's way better to be slow, like DCA in slowly, DCA out slowly, that type of thing. You don't have to full clip all of your shit like some people get when they get super emotional and they capitulate, and then they have so many unrealized gains, like they fumble their bag. no, control your emotions. That's usually what it's going to do. If you control your emotions, you're going to do better than like 90% of people in crypto Twitter, by the way, because a lot of people there, they cannot control their shit. And as soon as something goes haywire in one spiking direction, they're just all over the place. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Not that many things to talk about in this day because it's a bit of a low liquidity day, but the protocol still remains true. Virtuals might have some sort of consolidation here, and it will be best case scenario if there's another leg here, but the probability of that happening as it goes even deeper and deeper in this pullback is getting a lot lower, and it's become more probable that it's going to consolidate a bit before having another leg. I mean, it makes sense because virtual has been up only, and if we look at meme coins comparison though, meme coins have been down only. They had a recent impulse, and meme coins have a lot more upside in comparison to AI right now. So DCA 1 to 2 weeks over the best meme coins, the ones I like to talk about: Kiket, Michi, Vertario, Bobcat, Selfie, Sigma, Mini, these ones. So I don't have all of them. I only have KeyCat, but all of those options are really good. Do your own research on which projects you like the most, or maybe you can do some quantitative analysis, find the best holder scan metrics. Personally, I like KeyCat because there's less meme coins to put liquidity to, so I think KeyCat's going to do the best out of them, but we'll see. That's just my own personal bias, but that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see you guys.